What's going on, everyone? We have some new developments in the ongoing wave of censorship that is plaguing gaming in the recent months. I just released a video on this topic last week, but things are moving so fast. The ball is rolling in favor of pro-censorship, and it seems like there's no way to stop it. So let's just get right into it. From itch.io, we have de-indexed all adult NSFW content from our browse and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch.io due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on itch.io before being banned in April. The organization Collective Shout launched a campaign against Steam and itch.io, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. Our ability to process payments is critical for every creator on our platform. To ensure that we can continue to operate and provide a marketplace for all developers, we must prioritize our relationship with our payment partners and take immediate steps towards compliance. They go on to get community noted on X, saying several people have reported missing games in their library recently. The community note was not spreading misinformation. Itch.io has deleted games from people who bought them without refund and refuses to acknowledge it. Running with Scissors, the developers behind Postal, comes out and tweets out that this might affect the yearly Postal Jam event since they have been hosted on itch.io, and the new regulations might restrict things too much to the point of ruining your creativity and amount of violence in your games. We might need to find a new home to host the game jam, so feel free to suggest any. Until then, we can assure you the third edition of Postal Jam is still underway as scheduled and will feature the winning games one way or another. Upload your game through itch as instructed for now. Oh, and Collective Shout, go fuck yourselves, you sanctimonious pieces of diseased rat shit. And then, of course, Collective Shout, you keep hearing that name. They're taking credit, here on their front page. Child protection experts backing our campaign speak out on games normalizing sexual abuse. They are claiming credit for all of this. A new theory is saying that they are just basically the fall guys for what might be globalist overreach and a way to get everyone to show what they do online. But we'll get to that later. Now, one thing Collective Shout always likes to mention is protecting young girls. I just want to make it clear that none of these games banned features any girls under 18 in their games. It's easy to put something like the fight against child exploitation in your headlines and get backing from everybody. But when you start to dig deeper, you see that they're going after violent games. You see that they're going after M-rated games that kids shouldn't even be playing. You see that they're going after games that have no sexual content in it at all. You see that they're going after just the most innocuous BS stuff. But still, people on X and people on Twitter, and of course, these fucking bought and paid for content creators are saying, ew, you're defending these games? It's a complete and total cop-out. They only really have found this pathway forward because of the ruling against MindGeek and Pornhub versus Brown Rudnick in the case of child exploitation and whether or not payment processors should be responsible for what is on those sites. Do not get these things confused, because that case is extremely important, and holding Visa and MasterCard's feet to the fire over it was the right thing to do. It is having far-reaching implications now, but let's not forget that girls were sending their IDs next to a picture of the video with the dates and saying, look, this doesn't match up. This video came out 5 years ago. I just turned 18. That's me. And apparently they were doing nothing about it, because they knew that it was going to be a purge of hundreds of millions of videos from their site, because there was no way that they can go through every single one. They had to implement a verification process, and they knew it was going to cost them way too much money, so they didn't fucking do anything about it. I believe that ruling was the only way that we could have held MindGeek and Pornhub and its sister companies to be responsible for what was on their platforms. You have to hit companies like that directly in their pockets. Now, itch.io brings up No Mercy, a game that is basically the patient zero of this whole debacle right now. This game was removed from the platforms because of watchdog outcry and public sentiment, and they removed it. This is before any threats of payment processing were made, but the sharks obviously smelled blood in the water. Now, if you read the No Mercy front page, It says No Mercy is a 3D choice-driven adult visual novel with a huge focus on blackmail and male domination. After your stepmother's affair shatters your family, you take on a new role, not to fix what's broken, but to claim her for yourself. This game isn't a simulator. Almost no one commenting on this game has actually played it. They're just repeating what they read online. Just ask them if they've played it. Then consider how much other unverified nonsense they're feeding you in their videos and ask yourself if they're really worth following. All the controversy was just about the game's description, which was intentionally provocative for marketing purposes. I had heard about this game when it was pulled from stores and really didn't think twice of it, but obviously since it's been coming up more and more again, I wanted to find a way to play this game to see how bad it really was. There really is no way to play it right now conventionally. It has been removed from everywhere. I'm sure I could have found a torrent of it if I really wanted to. I'm sure there were some back channels I could have taken. I didn't want to go through that process. I knew there was other ways. I went on a spicy website and found a playthrough of it. Lo and behold, it's really not that bad. It's not as bad as everyone's making it out to be. First of all, there's no incest in the game. The game's set up that it is your stepmom cheating on your father. You are of age. Everybody's of age. There's no real incest in the game. There is blackmail. There obviously is a domination aspect of it. You really can't do anything physically. It's just like these scenes that are played, like clip art BS scenes. I mean, yeah, it's graphic, and yeah, some of the choices you make are hard to read, but there is no forced anything in this game. In order to even get those options, you have to choose the right dialogue options leading forward. You can't choose the nice guy path, and then when it comes time to do the deed, just choose the dominant, the dominant choice. You have to kind of pick the right branching path. There's been, I can't, how many movies have there been that kind of focus on this same blackmail sexual exploitation theme? The only reason this is really getting so much attention is because it's a game. It's not a game. It's a choose your own adventure book. If this was a book, I don't think anybody would care. If this was a book, it would be called 50 Shades of Grey. And if you don't believe that people have got it wrong before, if you don't believe that these watchdog groups have got it wrong before, just go look at a game like Hatred. Do you guys remember Hatred? I don't think you can still play that game on Twitch to this day. It got an adult-only rating at one point. I'm not sure if they brought it down since then, but that game was banned everywhere. You couldn't stream it. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't do anything for a while. And it was all based off a very violent, very well done trailer that was purposely made to create a firestorm around it. It kind of backfired on them because once people got a hold of the game, they realized A, it's not that violent, and B, it's just a horrible isometric arcade twin stick shooter. There is so much worse that is currently out today, or was even out back then. So people have got it wrong before. Don't be so quick to judge. No Mercy, it is a gross game. It is a very icky game, but it's not anything that hasn't been talked about in movies, in music, in books, and in game. Obviously, Visa and MasterCard are not backing down. As a matter of fact, they're ramping it up. So where does a country like the United States go? I care about what's going on in the United States. But to see our future, let's go across the pond. From Pirate Nation, the UK Online Safety Act takes effect today. Users must verify identity with a third party and scan their face to access adult content online. Proposed screen time limits require age verification for video games exceeding 2 hours. Non-compliance fines up to £18 million or 10% revenue. Sites may be blocked. Access to porn games, niche gaming forums, or non-state approved content will be restricted. Platforms like Pornhub, Discord, Reddit, and Grindr are compliant. Ofcom investigates 4chan, which may face Cloudflare block under court order. Aims to prevent kids from accessing harmful social media content like porn. Here you have 4chan announcement for users from the United Kingdom and from the United Kingdom overseas territories. Starting July 25th, 2025, in accordance with the United Kingdom's new Online Safety Act, 4chan.org will immediately block and cease all access to all its content for visitors from the UK and British overseas territories. Here we have a statement from Rule 34, access restricted, Gooner, TLDR, site blocked in the UK. To comply with regulations, your government is dumb. We're looking into solutions. Come to our Discord and cry about it. There's a petition here if you want to vote against it. You know, we regret to inform you that UK Ofcom require us to verify your age before granting access to our cartoon website. While we are deeply committed to safety and compliance, mandating ID verification for every visit to a platform hosting fictional animated content is not only impractical, but also fundamentally flawed. I'm guessing they're saying it's cut off here. Versions of what's going on in the UK will come to the United States. It won't be government mandated. If anything, it will be state mandated. And if you don't think that's true, here from Pirate Nation, Denpasoft, a Sakai project imprint for adult VNs and games, is limiting website access in some US states due to payment processing audit and non-compliance with age verification laws. And if you look at all these states here, when you start to head this up, it's like half the country. It's already here. This type of content restriction, this type of age verification is already here. And it's not just adult content. Roblox, which accounts for about 4% of all games played, users 13 through 17 who have their age confirmed will be able to add each other as trusted connections. Teens will only be able to add someone older than 18 as trusted connection if you know them in real life, and they can do so by scanning a QR code in person or using Roblox contact feature. These are the steps that had to be taken to keep kids from being preyed on by creepy fucking adult men on their platform. And yes, that is great. We want things like that. But pretty soon, in order for little Timmy to get online, you're going to need some kind of age verification. You're going to need ID verification. You're going to need all these things. Roblox is not a small player in the field. You know, Roblox falls in line, then Microsoft, then Sony, then Nintendo. It's just going to keep going. We're going to have age verification for everything from gaming to pornography. It's what's going to happen. And if you're asking yourself why, you need to look at millennial parents who decided to let their iPads raise their kids, who decided to never monitor the screen time of their children, who decided to never monitor the search queries, anything that their kids were doing online, to put a PC in their room when they were 11 years old and allow them carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they wanted to online. That's who we blame. And when you think about that, that's the system that's always been set up. It is not illegal for a kid to go see a rated R movie. You cannot arrest someone for not IDing a kid to go see a rated R movie. There is no enforcement agency for that. The same things with gaming. It has to be handled at a business level. And in the same breath, a parent can take their kid to go see a rated R movie if they wanted to. A parent can buy an M-rated game for their child if they wanted to. But with digital storefronts, with everything that's going on, and no oversight from parents whatsoever, we've really fucked up. And now there's going to be a mass amount of censorship on everything we play. And someone like me thinks, well, what do I care? Obviously, I'm over 18. I can play anything I want at any time for as long as I want to. If these restrictions on games, especially M-rated games, start becoming popular across the world, globally, in the United States, wherever you want to say, if this starts becoming popular, developers will just stop making M-rated games. It'll be too much trouble. They're going to have to implement the age verification system. They're going to have to make sure your IDs don't get stolen. They have to make sure everything is above board or they're going to get fined. This is a business. They, just like the movie industry, who refuses to release rated R movies anymore, they'll just release PG-13 Marvel slop. And that is what's going to happen. And if you think I'm wrong, save this video, because it's only going to be a couple years' time before all this gets implemented and the industry is completely changed and overhauled. There is no way to stop this. There is no politician who thinks that gaming is good for kids. There is no politician on either side that will ever take a stance in favor of gamers when it comes to violence in games, when it comes to fan service. Zero. I promise you, they still think it's little Timmy playing Super Mario at home. They still have no idea that those kids just play Minecraft and Roblox now. They're not even a fucking factor in everything else that's going on. But that's not how politicians view it. Not boomer politicians, not millennial politicians, and certainly not the Zoomer Puritan politicians that will be coming up in the next 7 to 10 years. Anyway, that's my video for today. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Later.